Hi friends, today I'm going to ultimately present you the full in-depth review on this new Samsung Galaxy Grand 2. I have already uploaded a hardware and benchmark review and talked about the capabilities of this smartphone. Today I'm going to make a user review and talk about the overall performance, the user experience, the battery, camera, the pros and cons of this smartphone, and also make my final verdict. I hope that as usual you will find this video very helpful. Now, as I mentioned on the earlier videos, the build quality of this Grand 2 is the same as you get on the premium devices like Note 3, S4, Note 2, etc. So I think that's a benefit of getting a mid-range or an entry-level Samsung phone. Now another question is the display too big for one-hand operation? It's a 5.25 inches display, and the phone I have here on my right is a Galaxy Note 2 with 5.5 inches display. I used this for a few months and I really got used to this after few days of uses. So don't worry, you can still use these phones with your one hand if you have a large or medium sized hand. Grand 2, as you know, has got leather-like finish at the back, just like the Note 3, though it's all plastic. But that's much better than the glossy plastic back of the previous Grand. Let me also show you the size differences of this Grand 2 and the S4. S4 is much compact and has narrow borders. So Grand 2 is nothing less than those premium devices regarding the look and the build. Well, now the display of this Grand 2 is, as you know, 5.25 inches TFT LCD with 720p resolution at 280 ppi, which is excellent for a device like this. The front camera has 1.9 megapixels resolution, which is quite common for all the smartphones. It has got both proximity and ambient light sensors. On the left you have got the power key, and on the right it's the volume rocker. At the bottom you have got the micro USB 2.0 port, and this hole is for the microphone. The 3.5mm headphone port is at the top, and at the back you are getting an 8 megapixels autofocus camera with full HD recording at 30 fps. The flash is here and it's the loudspeaker. This Grand 2 is a dual SIM smartphone with smart dual SIM function, that is, you can get calls from the SIM 2 even when you are busy on the SIM 1. It takes micro SIM cards, and the micro SD card slot is expandable up to 64 GB. There is still no NFC on this smartphone. Now the display of this Grand 2 is much better than the Grand 1, so if you are currently using Grand 1, then you can surely upgrade to Grand 2. You will feel much difference, and the color reproduction, the viewing angles, everything on this smartphone is quite impressive. Better than the Bravia engine displays of Sony Xperia devices. Xperia ZR has got 24K price tag, but the display quality is not even close to this display. Let me quickly show you the difference of this LCD display with a Super AMOLED display. And as you can see, the color on the AMOLED display are slightly more saturated, but the white levels are better on the TFT display. Now Samsung every time increases the display size of any particular series smartphone by around 0.2 or 0.3 inches, which are making the displays real big. But they have also come out with some amazing ideas to make the display more usable with one hand. For example, with this type of gesture you can shrink the display to your hand, and you are also getting the keys, that is your volume rocker, home, back, menu keys on the screen just under your thumb, so that's really very helpful. This feature is directly borrowed from Galaxy Note 3. There are a couple of more Note 3 features you will find on this Grand 2. I'll cover all of those step by step. On the dialer you are also getting the usual one-handed operation, and you can still apply the previous gesture I have shown you. So this gesture works everywhere on this phone. You can get this extra one-handed dialer from the option menu here. The same trick also applies to the keyboard here, so if you have a small or medium sized hand, then there will be no handling issue, especially while using the continuous input where you have to use only one finger. This trick is extremely handy. This type of one-handed operation is also available on the calculator and on the pattern lock. Well, on this Grand 2 you can adjust the color of the display in accordance with your eyesight. First you have to calibrate the display, that is, you can run a test, and what you have to do is to just place these boxes next to their same or nearest color boxes. If you have any particular color blindness, then this thing is extremely handy. You will get the most of this display. I also want to show you this magnification gesture. In this mode, if you triple tap on the screen and hold, you can get a magnified view, and as you can see, you are getting a full resolution screen, not a pixelated one like gallery images. If you triple tap and leave, you will get this permanent magnified view which you can pan and zoom with 2 fingers. To get back the original view, you have to just triple tap again. Now Samsung has also included their highly popular multi-window feature on this Grand 2, where as you know you can split the display into 2 and run 2 applications simultaneously. So you can truly multitask here side by side, which is a great utilization of this huge display. You can also import data from one window to another window. I didn't like one thing on this Grand 2 here. There is no floating keyboard, which is vital for this multi-window feature, and because of this the messaging window here is full screen. Let me show you how can you import text from this website to this messaging here. First of all, press and hold on this text and drag this cursor to select the desired part, and then click on this copy, and here press and hold and click paste. You can also import images in the same way. You can even open multiple applications on a single window. So the multitasking feature on this Grand 2 is great, and the 1.5 GB of RAM is playing a great role here. You can switch in between applications just like so. You can also edit this multi-window feature, like you can add applications, you can remove one if you don't use them that much. Let me now show you the notification window of this Grand 2. There are lots of toggle switches and also some smart screen features, like the smart stay feature will not turn off the display as long as you are looking at it, which is very helpful while reading ebooks on the browser. And the hands-free mode here is basically the improved driving mode, which you can also use indoor if you don't want to reach out for the phone every time you get unnecessary messages, missed calls, or if you have any alarm or any schedule. This option will read out the information of the caller, the messages, alarm, and the schedule you have on your phone. As you know, you can also get all the toggle switches by swiping with 2 fingers. You can add multiple cities to this weather widget, and just with a swipe you can switch in between cities. The lock screen of this Grand 2 is quite interesting, packed with lots of features. First of all, you are getting the Note 2 like ripple effect, and you can also get the flare effect of S4. You can apply some cool voice commands, for example unlock. Command has unlocked the phone. I have set these commands myself, which can be anything, not particularly unlock. You can even set your name as the unlocking password. Sing a song. This command will definitely play a song for me. So you can see this wake up command feature is a quite interesting stuff. You can even open the camera with a command like this, which will make this phone a secret camera. You can take images with commands like shoot, capture, smile, etc. Next, what's up? This will bring you the call logs, the missed calls you have on your smartphone. You can set commands for checking schedule and even for recording voice. Now here on this main lock screen, you can swipe left to launch the camera. This is the fastest way of launching the camera, and you can also change this camera with your favorite applications. Just go to settings, and under the device manager you will find the lock screen settings I have been showing you so far. This is the option you should check, where you can change the camera to your favorite applications. Now you don't have to even unlock the phone to launch your favorite applications you use frequently. These are the applications preset, and you can add one or edit the existing ones. Now if I swipe left, I will get the widgets I have set on the lock screen. I can play song right from this lock screen, which is quite handy. There is one more widget I have set here. You can scroll, you can get live info, and these are the widgets you can set on the lock screen of your Galaxy Grand 2. There are 4 widget pages, one home page and one page for your camera or favorite applications, so total of 6 pages here. You can also swipe these widgets and scroll the info. So you can see the lock screen of this Gran 2 is itself very much feature rich. This TouchWiz user interface is also packed with hundreds of more features. For example, you can take a screenshot by pressing the power and the home keys simultaneously, or you can just swipe your hand on the screen. There are some motion sensing tweaks as well, like here on this video player. If you are watching a movie in your office and your boss enters, just flip the phone, the video will pause right there. This trick also works in the music player. There is an easy touch mode under this accessibility where you have to just tap this phone to stop or snooze the alarms, your calendar events and timer alerts, and also accept and reject incoming calls. Let me also show you some important call settings. You can answer or reject any call with a voice command, though you have to basically shout because of the loud ringtone. Next, this option will increase the loudness of the ringtone if the phone is in a pocket or bag. One of the smart features of this Gran 2 is this personalized call sound, where you can set the in-call sound equalizer, and the last two here is the adapt sound, which you can set from here. I have talked about this thing in the unboxing review, and now I'm going to give you a quick demo on how you can set this. First of all, you have to attach your desired headphone you want to calibrate. Now you will hear some beeps and you have to answer whether you can hear those or not. In this way, the phone checks your hearing capability and also the quality of the headset. These beeps are of different frequencies and different loudness, so you should be very careful while calibrating this adapt sound. Well, you are getting two graphs, one is with adapt sound off and another is with adapt sound on. I have tried this feature myself and I'm telling you, this is an amazing feature. You should try on your Gran 2. You can check these two boxes here and you can also set your frequently used side while talking. So calibrate this adapt sound as soon as you get this Gran 2 and also when you get a new headphone. Next, I want to show you the music player, and this music player has got the same features as the Note 3. The loudspeaker is very loud enough for a small room for watching movies, and I like the clarity of this loudspeaker as well. From the settings, you will get this sound alive equalizer system, where you will get this equalizer box and you can select your desired equalizer just by tapping these boxes, and here you will also get some effects you can apply. Under this advanced mode, you will get this bass clarity and this 3D effect which works with the headphone on. You are also getting the voice control feature on this music player, where you can control the music by saying next, previous, play, pause, volume up, volume down, etc. Though you have to shout, and this feature is mainly helpful while using the headphone. As you can see, you can apply this voice control on the alarm, camera and on the incoming calls as well. There is another extremely handy option called Music Square, where all of your songs are set in accordance with their mood and you have to just select the area you like. Next, I want to show you the video player, and you can obviously play any full HD video of very high bitrate, and watching movies on this huge colorful display feels great. You can press this power key and lock the display as well as the capacitive keys at the bottom. So this is the best way to enjoy movies. This pop-up play is another great feature, where you can get this pop-up window of your video and you can zoom, you can move it anywhere on the screen. Well, as you know, this Gran 2 is a dual SIM phone, and there is a very special feature called Smart Dual SIM function, where you can get calls from the SIM 2 even when you are busy on the same one. The phone basically forwards the call to the active number, so you will get a call waiting notification. There is another very handy and innovative feature called Safety Assistance. In this mode, what you have to do is to just press and hold this volume up and down keys simultaneously for 3 seconds when you are in danger, and this phone will take a picture of you or your surroundings with the front facing camera and send a custom message with that image and your location to your emergency contacts you have set into this smartphone. You can set maximum of 4 emergency contacts. Another very interesting feature on this Grand 2 is here on this clock you can set different type of alarms. You can set melody, vibration and melody, and the last one is very important, briefing, where you will get the news headlines just before the alarm and also the weather info, your schedule of the day and also the alarm time. There is another very interesting option called location alarm. In this mode, the alarm will trigger whenever you reach any particular location you have set. So with this location alarm, you can take a nap while traveling, and you can also use this while driving to get a notification when you reach your destination. Here in this gallery, you can take photo note at the back of your clicked images. There is another very interesting option called Body Photo Share, which detects the faces into any image and shares that image with those people instantly via an email. You will get this option also on the camera. Let me now show you the camera features of this Grand 2. As you know, Grand 2 sports an 8 megapixel shooter with full HD recording at 30 fps. The camera quality is very good, the autofocusing is quite fast, though there is a slight shutter lag, and basically there is lag all over the phone. I'll talk about this later on in this review. The image quality with this camera is very good, the low light handling is also fairly decent, and in good lighting condition the phone takes crystal clear images. The camera quality is, I think, same as the previous Grand, so there is no upgradation on this part, but there are a lot of new features you will get on the camera interface, just like the Premium Note 3, which I really liked, especially because this is a mid-range smartphone. You can use the volume rocker as the camera shutter, and you can also zoom with a pinch on the viewfinder. There are lots of amazing shooting modes you will find very handy on this Grand 2. This beauty face will automatically airbrush the faces in the images and give them a professional look. I use this feature a lot, and I'm telling you, this is a great feature to try. Best photo helps you to choose the best image, and you are getting continuous shot, best face, and the sound and shot will record 9 seconds of the background sound along with the images. Next, this rich tone is for the HDR, and panorama is for taking wide angle images. The sports mode will enable this phone to take pictures of fast moving objects. There is an anti-shake option on this Grand 2 as well. So the camera of this Grand 2 is overall decent with lots of features and good image quality. During videography, you can also take still images. Well, now I'm going to talk about the browsing experience on this Grand 2, and one thing I should mention here, while browsing I have experienced freezing problem once or twice every day, and though the RAM is 1.5 GB, while browsing the usable RAM becomes as low as 200 or 250 MB. But overall the browsing experience is very smooth, there is no lag while scrolling or while zooming, and because of this huge display with good resolution, the small text are easily readable, so you can browse websites in their desktop mode. The website I'm showing you is the official website of Gadgets Portal, that is gadgetsportal.in, where you will find a written review on this Grand 2. The 3G capability of this smartphone is the best in class HSPA+, that is with up to 42 Mbps downloading speed. Well guys, throughout this review you have seen that this Galaxy Grand 2 has got lots of software features, and the Android version is also the latest 4.3 for around 22,000 rupees, that is around 360 USD. This Grand 2 is a great phone to buy. The battery backup is also decent so far. I'm getting around 1.5 days on normal uses and around a full day on heavy uses like with the wireless on. Now, one thing I did not like on the smartphone is the speed of the interface. Applications take considerable time to open, and few features like the handwriting mode and the swipe needed for the one-handed screen don't work sometimes. The exterior design is though not bad, but Samsung should come out with something new, and the user available storage on this Grand 2 out of the box is only 4.81 GB, which is quite low, and though you can move your installed applications data to your external SD card, you can do that by a very small portion. The processor is Mediacore Cortex-A7 quad-core with 1.19 GHz clock speed. The GPU is Adreno 305, which is again a mid-class GPU. there is a device called Xperia ZR which has got 24K price tag and has better CPU, GPU, RAM, etc. But the software features and the display are not even close to this Grand 2's. So get this Grand 2 if you want a large display phone with lots of software features, and the gaming capability of this smartphone is also not bad. I have uploaded a gaming review, so check the channel for that. And overall I liked this device. I'll give around 75 out of 100 to this Grand 2. Well guys, that's all in this review. I hope that you have found this very helpful. You can check the description below for the unboxing and the hardware review on this Grand 2. You can connect with me on Facebook at facebook.com/gadgetsportal and on Twitter at gadgetsportal. So thanks for watching guys. This is Shukesh Bonik and keep in touch.